You have here chicken.
That is a chicken tender.
Chicken tenders. This is a real good chicken tender. Unlike the chicken tenders we got the other day at the resto.
How much we paid that for? Almost 500.
Yeah, oh my God, that was pathetic. But their salad was good. It's funny though, we had I had a beautiful salad, and what did they put on top of it? Stale croutons. It's like, oh my God.
Not even a crunchy croutons.
No crunch. No.
They make the salad bad.
Mmm. This is my favorite kind of coleslaw, baby.
It's not a coleslaw. That's a
No, but I like it like this.
dry vegetable.
I love the vegetables fried like this. It's like kind of like a coleslaw, but then she fries it in coconut oil. It's just amazing. So tomorrow, Jen and I will be leaving. It'll be, what time does our plane depart, baby?
8.
8 o'clock. So our basically son-in-law, Ross, will be driving us down to Terminal 1?
Yeah.
Terminal 1 in Manila. What time do you think we should leave? Because we
Oh.
want to be there 3 hours ahead
Yeah,
of time.
because the children want to come, so we will do the
Okay.
bonding first. So I said, okay, look for a restaurant where you want to eat.
Yeah, so maybe,
Now, I don't want to more. You decide, I don't know. It's like sometimes they just like that.
yeah.
I said, okay, now you and especially Jenry and Jinjin, they are both very picky in the food. Jenry is not picky in the food, but he's picky in the restaurant, so he wants to eat all you can. So I'm going to shower, and this is my last day of Zumba in Mommy Labs this month.
Mm.
I will come back on September 9. I'll do Zumba with them if I can make it, and or maybe September 10. And then September 12 is I'll be back in Poramol.
Yeah. On September 12th is a Monday?
No, September 12 is a Friday.
A Friday. Okay. So, yeah, that's about right. So, and I will have been in the Philippines for 9 years as of September the 7th. I arrived here in the Philippines September the 8th of 2016, and I haven't been back home since.
Some people asking me, have you been in his place? I said, no. Why you're not? I said, because we don't. Then he said, it's nice to go there. I said, maybe, but that's not me. Oh, maybe you already scattered around the Philippines. I said, no. I said, that's not my thing. That's not my thing.
So a lot of expats come here totally unprepared. I came here close to that. I do have
He almost.
my Social Security
He
retirement.
almost.
Due to a little boodling, I lost, I don't know, a couple million pesos. But we managed to survive on a little bit, over the years, about 2,000 US a week, supporting a family of 7, and that's pretty good because we're, our third child, Sheila May, is making her way through her final year of college in IT, and Jen is in her 3rd year of college. I'm gonna have I bought Jen a piece of land here a little over 8 years ago, April of 2017, and we built a little place on it here, and we have water and electric and our PLDT, and we're able to survive pretty well. Jen is really, she's really industrious, really frugal, and so she manages everything here for us. So I give Jen, right, I give her 10,000 a week, 10,000 pesos a week salary, and she uses that to spend it on the bills and such. I also pay for water, electric, little miscellaneous things like that, travel expenses, going out, and it pretty much consumes about 120,000 pesos every month. We learned from a friend here recently how to monetize our channel, which is nice, because maybe one of these days we'll start making some money. But regardless of the money, we do this because we enjoy doing it. Amazing chicken tender. This is a vegetable creation here of Jen's. It's basically coleslaw. So you got onions, carrots, cabbage chopped up. I think it's called Julian style. Seasoned with garlic, black pepper, ginger, turmeric, her usual seasonings, fried in a coconut oil, and so it makes a really nice, palatable, tender vegetable. Delicious. Masarap. And then she put a little pork in here. So I believe I've achieved what most people would consider enlightenment. And what I did was I had a psychological transition here just shortly after my ex-wife left me back in 2008, September of 2008. So this September, that'll have been 17 years ago. So what I've found is that you don't have to go through an existential crisis to have a psychological transition. And if you ask your AI programs, what is the difference between psychological transition and the enlightenment transition, you're going to see they're very similar. I would say a psychological transition is more profound because in the traditional Buddhist sense, which is, they have supernatural beliefs, you have more of a spiritual transition, and a psychological transition is totally reality based. And as we get better equipment and I get my butt busy and write this up, I'll teach all of you, all of my friends, all of my family, how to achieve this psychological transition. And what it does, it just helps you to think more clearly, regulate your emotions, free yourself from anxiety. Basically, to have a better understanding of the world. Because the world is what it is. So it's not the world that has to change, it's us. Delicious. Chicken tender the way it should be cooked, and you can see there's a lot of black pepper on here.
Do I put so much black pepper?
Oh, I love it. It's perfect for me. Some people don't like the black pepper, or they don't like a lot of it. I like a lot of salt.
Hello, Wiswanat. Pusapati. Hi. And Mr. Legus. Hello. Hello to all the viewers. Thank you for pressing the like button and subscribing on us. That is his second meal for today.
Yeah, my first meal was a nice omelet. It was delicious.
You like that omelette?
I loved it.
There's a vegetable in it. It's a vegetables omelette. Omelette, omelette, omelette.
I watched a YouTube video the other day on a 10-year study that was done on the keto carnivore diet, and wow, that really is an amazing diet. And it's not so much going hard carnivore, where you're eating just meat, or hard keto. It's more of a modified carnivore, keto, low carb diet. And the carbohydrates are mostly vegetables.
So we have to pay the bills for the electricity.
It was really an interesting study because they actually performed it on one individual who had type 1 diabetes, and when they found he had an onset of the type 1 diabetes, and they put him on, this was a Minnesota study, I think Minnesota State University, I can't remember, and it was 3 physicians who monitored this young man into his early adulthood for 10 years. I think
Hi, Mr. Legus.
they started this study back in 2025 or 2015, and they really came out with some amazing results. But it's now on the YouTube, and it's now probably in the American medical, the JAMA, the Journal of the American Medical Association. And although I've had heart problems, I have a congenital heart problem because I have a hole in the wall of my heart between my septum, the atrium, the top part of your heart, and it causes it's caused an irregular heartbeat, which it's a problem when you're exercising. But when anybody with a normal functioning heart, which I imagine more than 95% of the people on this planet are born pretty normal, no organic problems. You know, you should be able to live a long, healthy, happy life, a quality life. If you're able to, you know, really understand your psychology, you know, the ego, the id, the superego, your emotional self, your your default mode network, the executive control network. If you can kind of do a little bit of understanding of the brain, triune brain theory, brain, the theory of mind, little things like this, and it's not that hard to learn them. Understanding the mind is way more important, in my opinion, than any of the academic studies, any of the sciences, maths. Because once you get a good feel for your own psychology, you're going to be able to learn and acquire information faster. So I hope all goes well in Bali, and our plan is to be cruising around and showing all of our friends what it's like in Bali. We'll learn a little bit of the language and show you how we adapt.
Did you check any language from Bali?
I have not yet.
Okay, then thank you.
I'm lazy.
We're lazy, mother. Bagger.
No.
We're a bagger.
Jen knows 2 languages fluently. I know English. I've studied quite a few other languages, which I know kind of on a really low level, half-assed level. And I don't have any trouble picking up the, you know, the thank yous and where's this and go that way and left and right. I pick that stuff up really fast. And I'm real good with body language and sign language. Again, just know You know, I study the behavioral panel all the time. Greg Hartley, Mark Rouse, Chase Hughes, Mark Bowden. Love those guys. Wow. Thank you guys for having that wonderful channel. And if you guys want to really get a pretty good grip on psychology, I'm going to recommend Dr. Grande for some of the basics. Dr. Drusilla Ramani, or Ramani Drusilla, I can't remember what her first name and last name is. Wonderful lady on narcissistic abuse. Dr. Les Carter. But the guy I found recently, his name I can't remember, but he's got this channel called Psy Hacks. I love his channel. Now, he deals mostly with men's problems. But he's got a really good take on psychology. And so, he put out this one video recently called Everybody is Delusional. And I love it because it is my belief that everybody has a dysregulated mind due to a dysregulated, poorly functioning nervous system. And I know a lot of other scientists feel the same way. They're on the idea that, hey, you know what? If your nervous system is dysregulated, you're not going to have a correct. You're not going to be able to regulate your emotions. You're going to have trouble with your psychological well-being. You know, your levels of happiness, or even if you're even to achieve happiness. I found that most people think they're achieving happiness and they're not. They're achieving pleasure, and pleasure and happiness are two different creatures entirely. Happiness is immediate gratification. I believe that's what our leaders, I'm going to call them authoritarians, because I don't consider authoritarians leaders. I consider them think they know it alls, especially these government officials. I believe in experts like Jen. Jen is an expert in yoga. She's an expert in her dance fitness. I'm getting
Did you
close
just throw this here,
to becoming an expert.
baby girl?
I
This
did.
yours?
I did.
That
So
is clean clothes.
this is a bad shot. I'm pretty much an expert in secular Buddhism, on the line of Stephen Batchelor. Only, sorry, Stephen, I've got a handle that's a little bit better than yours. So I'm completely secular, no supernatural nonsense in my practices of meditation, study, physical fitness. You know, what I do have is a different take on the Four Noble Truths, and it begins with dukkha. To me, dukkha was lost in translation, the word. It does not mean suffering. But this is what all Buddhists, all 550 million Buddhists believe. 500 million people, more than 500 million people, who are all fighting with each other, by the way. You got your Mahayana Buddhists and the Theravada Buddhists, who are the old timers, and you got the Vajrayana Buddhists, and now there's another new group of Buddhists, and it's like, and they're all split and fractionated, but they all follow the Four Noble Truths. Dukkha being the first noble truth, where supposedly they got this from the Buddha Gautama, that life is suffering, or life is discontent, or life is dissatisfactory. That's true regardless, but dukkha doesn't mean it means it's a hole in a wheel that's off-centered, and that's not suffering. It's not dissatisfaction. It's not what it is it's dysregulated. It's not functioning like it should be. So when you look at dukkha as being the cause of your psychological health, your emotional health, your mental well-being, it goes right down to your nervous system, and it says, hey, what are we feeding what are we feeding our brains? What kind of crap are we eating in this modern day society? What kind of exercises are we doing? If you're not exercising, your nervous system is going to be out of whack. I think the Hindus call it your chakras, because they go with the thyroid gland, the pineal gland, the adrenal cortical glands, and you got 7 of them lined up with your chakras, which, I imagine that's kind of true. And when the chakra is out of alignment, it's like the wheel that is off center. And I think of the nervous system more like that, and say, well, if the nervous system is out of whack, how can you have a mind that functions correctly? You can't. So what does dukkha mean? Dukkha means the hole that's off center in the wheel. And you look at all those 7 wheels in your head or the triune brain, then of course you're going to be emotionally dysregulated. You're always going to be in freeze, fight, or flight, the survival mode. You're always going to be emotionally dysregulated. And when you are emotionally dysregulated and you are in freeze, fight, or flight, can't get up here. Can't use this brain. Just the way it works. Call me crazy. Call me crazy, baby.
Crazy you?
I'm delusional.
Hello, Judge Caro. Say the world.
I'm trying.
Say the N word.
I cannot save the world by myself.
No,
Jen,
just say the N word.
N word. Say the word. Okay, so I want to save the world. You can help me. I need your help. I need people to see what I've seen, and I'm trying to paint a nice picture of it so that you can get a good map in your head, so that you can say, oh yeah, a person should be eating healthy, or your brain will become unhealthy. Oh, you should be exercising something. I don't know, anything, or otherwise you're not going to have the good motor neurons and the good connections, and you need to be practicing breathing so you can get oxygen to your mitochondria and all the 35 trillion cells of your body. You need to do a little study so you're just not stupid, so you have some knowledge of the world. I mean, how many of you people out there that are watching could actually go out and survive on your own? Would you know the first 3 things you need to do? Would you know that you need to find shelter first? Because the elements will kill you on the first night. You can go 3 days without water, but 1 night of exposure, you're dead. Okay, would you know that the second thing to do is get some fresh, clean drinking water? That's number 2. Yeah? So you got to and then the food's going to come third. So really what you want to do is shelter, water, fire. Do you know how to make fire? Because you should. Right, baby?
Yeah.
If you're out there and you have to survive on your own, we don't know what's going to happen.
As we always say, not the smartest who survive, not the strongest who survive,
Nope.
but the person who know how to adapt.
The person that can adapt can survive. And we're going to go to Bali and we're going to try to adapt. When in Rome, do like the Romans. This is my own unique little concoction here. I get the creamy yogurt by Nestle's. Not perfect. I'm not a perfectionist. It's 7 grams of carbs, 4 of them being sugars. But that's per this container. If you're under 50 grams of carb in a day, you are really low carbohydrate. So they recommend for most people stay right around 100 to 150 grams of carbs a day. I'm always well under 50 grams. Some days the only way I get carbohydrates is from meat. Or I get the carbohydrates out of meat. Yeah, meat does have some carbs in it. If you don't eat fat in a carnivore diet, you're going to get sick. That's just the way it works. So you can't just eat meat. You got to eat a fatty meat. You want to overdo it on the fats? No, by all means, don't overdo it on the fats. It's moderation. It's a balance. The 4 disciplines that Jen and I teach, delay gratification, that's going to make you happy. That's going to enlighten you. That's going to bring you joy and love in your life. If you can delay gratification. It's like that little kid doing the marshmallow experiment. You put a marshmallow in front of the kid. They're only 4 or 5 years old. And can they resist eating it? Actually, only 1 out of 3 can resist eating that marshmallow. You can train most of the kids to delay gratification and wait 15 minutes for the second marshmallow. Have you ever seen? You should watch those marshmallow experiments. They're hilarious. It's a version of delayed gratification. Jen and I intermittent fast. That's how we delay gratification. We study so that we're smart later on. That's delaying gratification. We have discipline in our life. We take responsibility for our health, our mind, our psychological, emotional, physical health. We're always taking responsibility for that by doing our tasks first thing in the morning. It's your task to take care of this body. This is what we're teaching. And I'm hoping that as our channel goes and grows, we'll get a little bit more funding so that we can actually put out some really high quality videos. Because one of the things I love to do is, I'm artsy fartsy, and so is Jen. We love making high quality stuff. And
Artsy fartsy.
yep, we are artsy fartsy people, baby. Some people call me sensitive. Some people call me insensitive. I'm kind of like, nah, I just am who I am. The world is what it is.
We're just so authentic.
We're authentic. We don't align ourselves with any particular ideology. Some people will call us idealists. And I would say most of the leaders, or so-called leader or authoritarians in the world, are idealistic people, but they don't have a real plan on how to really, plus they don't know what the fuck they're doing anyways. They just don't know. Most people, and that's why I want you to watch that video on Psyhacks. It's called Why Everybody's Delusional. And then I'll be putting out a video on why everybody is emotionally dysregulated, psychologically dysregulated, and it's because you have a dysregulated nervous system due to your diet, exercise, and your environment, the people you're hanging out with. That will dysregulate your nervous system. And once that's dysregulated, you are not going to be thinking clearly. There's not going to be any clear thought. This is an amazing drink. I use I get no promos for this. I use the Nestle's creamy yogurt. And I use this Gatorade no sugar. Again, it's not perfect. I'm a high achiever. Difference. But I'm 71 and a half, same age as Oprah. Exactly, same age as Oprah Winfrey. And Oprah, hey, get us on your own network and help Jen and I. We don't need any money, but it would help if you would give us some travel expenses. You know, we can buy our own food. You know, if you could put us up in a hotel for a night, but we could manage that if you could fly us to wherever you're at and get us on your channel so that we can promote our ideology, which is save this world. You know, we get enough people going, you know, because we teach biochar farming, permaculture, like Jeff Lawton. I love Jeff Lawton. There's Gabe Brown, you know, he's into soil management. We're really into farming, but we're also into helping each individual find those things in their life that's going to get them out of that 9 to 5.
IGD. It's pronounced Nestle, not Nestle.
Nestle. I'm always pronouncing words wrong. Nestles. Nestle's makes the very best chocolate. I think it's the same company. I don't know. This is delicious. Gatorade no sugar with Nestle. I pronounce it Nestles.
With lay.
Nestles or Nestle. Or
Nestle. Nestle.
You get the idea. That's nothing. Mix a little bit. Mix one container of this and one of this. Wow. This is like a milkshake. Oh man, that's good.
Okay, so I'm done.
I'm done. She's done.
Ready to go? Do you want them to show me?
Oh,
Me?
yes. I'll show my beautiful girl here. Here we go.
I not yet
Ta-da!
ta-da! Hi guys, hello.
Strike a pose for us, baby. There you go. That's my girl. All right, guys. To all you who watched, please spread the word, like and subscribe. We can save the world with your help. We can't do it without your help.
Yes. I love you all guys, so
Yep.
take care and have a good day.
Thank you, guys.
See you Bali tomorrow.